Many of us have seen what China has done in Africa, around Djibouti, with the port that is there, and also in Latin America. And we have listened to Xi Jinping and the CCP leadership talk about the Polar Silk Road and putting this as a part of their Belt and Road initiative. So I'd like for you to talk about why it is important that we strengthen this bond with Greenland and pay more attention to this because of the impact of the CCP.
Senator, it's a great question. This is a playbook that the Chinese Communist Party run. They do it all over the world. I've seen it personally in the South Pacific. They do it in Latin America. They do it in Southeast Asia, in Sub-Saharan Africa. They start by, you could call it the Belt and Road Initiative, you can call it the Polar Silk Road, whatever terminology they want to use. But what it is predatory lending, primarily usurious interest rates for what we often call white elephant projects, projects that very often serve no economic purpose.
And don't last. And then they're stuck with debt diplomacy.
Exactly. And once they have the debt diplomacy, ma'am, the Chinese come in and use that as for coercive political control over small developing states that can't push back and don't have the ability to counter the CCP's malign influence. And what I'm so concerned about and why I think this topic is so critical is that something very similar, we're beginning to see bits and pieces of this in the high north, in the Faroe Islands, in Greenland to some extent in recent years. We've seen it in Svalbard. We've seen it in Iceland. This is beginning to happen. The Chinese are signaling their intention to pursue this more actively, and that's why because we know the playbook, we need to be prepared to push back proactively.